Welcome to Tales from the Caveside, where Lillian and Chris, we bought a cave house and finca on the outskirts of a small Spanish town. Follow us as we learn to renovate and create a home that we will be proud of.
Right, we're on the last bit of wall where I'm going to be keeping the plants, and we need to build it up where it drops down to give it some sort of platform so it looks more correct as opposed to a mistake. And Chris has come up with an idea. More work.
Yes, a little bit more work.
But it'll look good.
Yes. So we've got loads of these stones left. These are sandstone, decorative. You drive around Spain, I'm sure you've said before, and you see people have them on the walls at various angles just to finish it, make it look pretty. But we don't want that. I'm going to lay them flat on here.
Yeah.
And that'll just finish it. It's another surface instead of it just being a white surface or a red painted surface or a grey surface. It just add a little bit more. Okay, so some of the plant pots might not be as stable as they would be, but they're not going to be far off.
No. So we'll put a single thin layer here to bed them in, and then over there where there's the dip, obviously it's going to be built up.
Yes.
So that we end up with a level.
So to that end, I've already made the lime mix, and then I had this idea. So what I'm going to do is split off some of the lime mix that we've got, put that in a separate bucket, and then add some ballast to that.
Yep.
Wet it again a little bit more because it'll need it, and turn that into limecrete, and that can just do that area there. We've done lots of limecreting before.
We have.
The caves have got 1, 2, 3, 4 areas of limecrete.
Yeah, in the floors.
And we've done limecrete in the house. And obviously that was ready, it's plenty wet enough, and I'll put gravel in there. It needs wetting because the gravel's dry, so the gravel will be pulling water out to the mix. There you go. Exactly, Freya. Now the problem is, this ledge isn't wide enough.
For that bucket.
Shall I put it up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Higher mine to be done. Oh.
It's heavy, but if I do a short little lift, it'll be fine. Right, if you like it. Oh, yes. Right, how many more stones do you think you'll need just for that area?
2 more possibly for this area.
Okay. So if I took these stones out then and go and get a load more of those?
Yeah.
Okay. So it might just be for a transition bit. Oh. Okay, oh dear, you haven't got enough then?
Well, I don't know. Thankfully the line takes so long to go off, I can play with it.
Yeah.
I actually don't want to be that high on that side, back here,
Yeah.
so that we can then level this.
How thick this one is?
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. How many more do you want?
3, please.
Oh, we've got a marble one here. This one's just marble. I've done the bucket over instead of me walking over to the bucket. So you might want to use this one instead of something else. Instead of it there.
That one here, yeah?
Yeah. Lay it down. Yeah, and we can line that in place.
Yes.
And it's not often I have good ideas, and when I do, I get somebody else to do all the work. Great.
However, look at that. It's going to look awesome.
So it's a mixture of sandstone, as we showed you,
Yes.
and some of the stones from here. Literally, these ones came from under where we just tiled. The same ones that's in the cave, so it's a mixture of the two. Yeah, that's good. Unfortunately, we've got heavy rain due tomorrow and potentially late tonight. So tomorrow's a write-off for doing anything outside. And I don't want to use any more lime now because we'll be building it up. So we need this to hopefully be okay tomorrow, so we're not doing any more.
Yeah.
Either that or we'll have to get masses of polythene and cover it, and we always get water coming down and washing away, and we can't fix that either. But that'll give it 24 hours or so to turn anyway, but yeah, I'm well happy with that.
Yeah. So it will be finished with, we'll make another mix of lime, not the limecrete that went underneath, but the lime plaster, for want of a better description. Chris makes it a slightly stronger mix, and I will grout between these so we get less of the ridges, and then finish this off as well so it comes up to it.
Yes.
And that's going to look lovely.
Quite a nice day today. And now we've got a thunderstorm. It's come early, it's not meant to have been till tomorrow. I'm not very happy, are you, Freya? Oh, that's better. Yeah, so lights just come on. We covered that, what work we did today.
Well. We got our first booking!
I know.
And guess what?
It's the day after you go to Scotland.
I know, can't believe it.
So
I cannot believe it.
You're going to miss it. You're going to miss the first booking.
I know, I'm devastated. Devastated.
But it's your birthday, so it's a nice birthday present for you.
Be nicer to be here when it all happened, but
Yes,
hey,
it would. Yes,
it's what it is, nothing I can do about it. But we got our first booking, so very, very happy, smiley face.
Well, as you just saw, we had lots and lots and lots of rain last night. This was a clean table.
Yeah.
Don't it now. Right, so I'll have a quick check to see what happened there, if this polythene protected it. Still a little bit of standing water. Excellent.
Yes.
A little tiny bit just there where there's obviously a hole in the polythene. Yeah, a little bit of water's got in, and because it's lime, it's sort of like rehydrated the lime as it had dried, so okay, that's fine. Yeah, you just see a few dots of where water's got in, but other than that, excellent. Right, I'll leave that to dry off a little bit. And in light of what happened also yesterday, you've got to go out now and get some more stock.
Yes, I have.
In that kitchen.
Yes, I have.
And bits. And we need a couple of bits anyway. And obviously I need stock to survive while Lillian's in Scotland.
So the weather's not going to weather like it threatened. To that end, we're going to get this finished now, and we're going to make another batch of lime, but we're out of lime powder, so we're going to be using lime putty. I've just dug a load out of our big container, and Chris will make it with the mix there. The difference is you don't add as much water because obviously the putty is already wet. But other than that, it's exactly the same.
That's it mixed. However, we want a drier mix for some parts and a wetter mix for others. So what Lillian's going to do is use the drier stuff first, where she wants it, and then well, I wet it down so it's a little bit wetter for the other bit. So instead of taking it out and putting it back in, she's just going to use it straight out of the mixer.
Yes.
So I'll take the mixer over there. That was the only stone that didn't take yesterday.
Yes.
Out of all of it, just that one. There you go. That's that done.
Yes. Big one's going to be going
Yes.
there.
Yep.
That's it.
That's that one. Right then, next. What you're doing, starting at the back, doing the filling in, and then coming forwards.
Then coming forward, so I can get the worst bit done first.
Yes.
Ooh.
Would it be better if I got you some out and put it in a bucket?
Nah, you're fine.
Okay. And the beauty of it still been wet from yesterday. You don't have to soak it.
I don't have to soak it, it's going to take to it really well, yeah. It's going to look good.
Now that's looking better.
Isn't it? See, you have to go with the vision. Go with the vision.
Yeah, and there's my vision, which is amazing.
Yes. I'll agree with you there. Definitely was amazing.
I know, amazing it worked.
Of course it worked. I'm doing it. I'll make it work.
Oh, well, that is true. Another rock patio.
Yes. Done and done.
Just taking advantage of one of the advantages of lime.
Of lime. So it's dried up a wee bit too much for my happiness for building with. So I've added a bit more water and mixing it again, which you can do with lime pretty much indefinitely.
Yeah.
So mixing it up and we can get on with the last bit of construction.
Got that patch now. Then just wants to get a little bit more on that side. Then we've got to build up the other side. Then we've got to pop those bricks in with that bit of marble there. And then just fill it and put those rocks that are there on top just to break it up. What do you think, Freya? Okay, so that's all done. Salvaged my almond rocks. That looks loads better. The last little bit of lime, Lillian just finished that little bit of wall that we've been meaning to do for a while. So that is that. Just need to tidy stuff up here, get it gone, put the green mesh stuff like that on here. And obviously this needs a bit cleaned down, but that can be done tomorrow, day after, depending on how well it goes off. Right, it's about time I started processing these chillies. Lillian's gone shopping to get supplies. And let's see what I get. Well, there's a lot, but let's see what it's like when I've finished cutting them up. Well, I know that's probably wastage, but I don't need it really. Still got all this lot left. And I filled that pan So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some chili oil. And then I'm going to also make some chili jam. Now, last time I tried chili jam, it didn't work out so well. But I'm going to try again. Oh, they're very strong. I'll put this lid back up again for a second. Flipping heck. Right, well, that's a load of that all chopped up. Yeah. Making me cough. Right. I'm not sure which way to go first. I think I'm going to go for the oil first. So I now need to put those somewhere and get ready for that. I'm still struggling. And all that lot I've just poured out of that pan. Let's look at that. It was all that. So basically, heating just normal oil. It's cooking oil. That'll be fine. And then once that gets up to heat, up to temperature, then that chilli will go in. Now I think there's a bit too much, so I'll just scoop a load out. But in addition to that, I'm going to put in some chopped garlic, because that is really nice in with chilli oil. Right, so I just got the chillies in, and I'll turn it off now. They just need to steep for a while, and then we'll find out how fiery it is later. Right, so next I'm going to make a chili jam. Yeah, that's what I call it anyway. So I put some water in the pan. I'm going to dissolve a load of sugar first, because I don't want the chilies to burn. I've got a load of brown sugar in there. And I'll start dissolving that. And that's the chili oil all steeping. So, and I tried a little bit off the spoon, and it is hot. Forgot to press record on the camera. So, what I'd done was, I've chopped up a load more chilies, the same way as I did for the other thing. I'm cutting up some bell peppers now. So into there was the sugar. I also put some ketchup mayonnaise in it, some soy sauce and a little bit of oyster sauce, an onion. I've just tasted it. There is more than enough chilli in there. Flipping heck. These are mental hot. And I love really, really hot chilies, but these are mental. I'm sure they're nowhere near as hot as these scorpion peppers and whatever else these other new ones are. But for the average everyday Joe who really likes really, really hot food, these are hot. There's no way on earth will Lillian have any of this. Not at all. She likes mild, and this is not. But then again, she did say just make it for yourself, and make it for Andy from Mountain View Farm, because that was his request of giving us all these chilies. I don't know what I'm going to do with all the other ones. I've still got far too many.
So I sponged this down late yesterday. No point showing you that. You've seen me sponging enough rocks in the time. And this is our final result. Just brushing off the excess now. Very happy with that. In fact, look, I've left bits of sponge behind.
And then once it's all gone off, when it's all properly solid in a couple of days, we'll get all these rocks cleaned up.
Yep.
And we're going to put the plant pots up there. Yes, the front of this wall here needs repainting because it looks a bit of a mess, but that won't be in the way of the green stuff.
No. Put the green stuff up, I'll paint, I'll give this another coat of whitewash, that needs another coat. Where the barbecue was, there's a couple of marks where it was up against the wall.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of spots I noticed where we've got paw prints. and about this height when the dogs have jumped up to say hello to geckos. So I'll just give those some touch-ups.
That cement mixer spent so long living there. It did retire up there for a while, but it's lived there. Spent most of its working life there, and just recently it was here, and now it's not gonna be.
Taking your cement mixer for a walk.
Yeah, bumping into the railings.
Hopefully that's the last ever time that it's going to live down here for anything.
Yes.
I can't think of anything else that it could ever be needed for. Oh my goodness.
Making a really, really large tumbled salad or something.
No, it's going to make lime up here when we do our house, but down here,
That's it.
never again.
No.
Awesome. So it's just going to go up here in the top garden for now, because
Yes.
I've got a wood delivery on the way, and we're going to have to, that goes where the car is, and we're going to have to rearrange things.
Yeah, I'm going to put it over there near the bench or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't put it there because then it'll look horrible again.
Yes.
Okay. So I've just been called up to the kitchen while I was just doing something else.
You're not going to believe this.
Yes.
So I was just about to make some dog treats for whilst I'm away, so Chris has got stock, and I use corn flour because it has no gluten in it.
But this isn't corn flour like your corn starch. This is actually the flour of corn.
Exactly, you make tortillas out of this as well. Yeah, anyway, it's gluten-free. I buy it, as you can see, from the supermarket, then it goes in a sealed jar, a sealed container in my cupboards. Look. You might have to take this out to the light. Can you see? It's full.
Caterpillars.
Caterpillars.
Moth ones.
Look, he's on the move.
Yeah. And it's actually inside the packaging.
Yes. So that has come from the supermarket into my home. Thank goodness it's sealed in here. However, oh, look at them, they're all coming out.
Yes.
It's making my skin crawl.
Yes.
I'm now going to have to empty the cupboards and give them a good clean down and disinfect in case any of them got out. I'm horrified. That's coming to my house from the supermarket.
Again.
Again.
That's not the first time.
No, it has happened before.
It did happen before, and it wasn't with that product, it was with another product.
It was.
And there was a big recall because a lot of people found the same thing.
Yeah.
And we didn't bother doing the recall, we just saw it in the packet, and the packet was still sealed from the supermarket, we just threw it in the bin.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth going back, which is why now we store everything either in airtight or freezer.
Last little bits. I've been putting this off. I don't want to do it in case it goes wrong, but it's got to be done. So I've got some metal paint. This door needs painting. That door needs painting. And that door needs painting. And I've tasked Chris with doing the last of the whitewashing, topping up where we made a mess there when we were building by the plant pots.
Yes.
And the dogs are loving this cool weather.
So what I've done so far is I've just wet it all down. I got some water out the lime storage bucket, so it's got a little bit of lime in it, but not enough for lime washing. Just to wet it down. You can see how the colours have gone in, and some of this is from when we did that. So that's prepped it and made it wet. Now I'll put some more lime in there for making lime wash, and I'll get this lime washed. As you may or may not have seen before, there is no instant gratification with lime wash. I sort of like paint it on like with normal traditional paint, where you put it on, you can see it. So I'm halfway through, and it doesn't really look any different. It's when it actually dries, that's when you see the difference. This is going to need multiple coats, because the idea is you build the layers up as opposed to putting it on thick. Right, we have gas bottles delivered. There's the bloke going away. So we're fully gassed. So what we've gone for is 3 butane, 1 propane. Because winter's coming and it's going to be getting colder out here, so we're choosing the propane for the outside gas heater for the water, and then the butane, because it'll be covered up, it'll be fine. That's what was advised to do, and that's what we're stuck with. And the reason, and the people that advised us to do it were the company that fitted the gas boiler and the Repsol representatives themselves. Right, so how's your painting going? Slowly?
Slowly. Not fun, not nice. But at least I'm practicing the first bit, so when really people aren't going to look on the back of a door.
Yes, that's it. And I'm on with the lime wash. So that's had its first layer done and it's wetting primer. That's had its wetting primer. And now I'm just starting here and I'm going to go down there. As you can see, you can hardly tell the difference. So there's Lillian starting the outside of the door now. I've done a couple of bits around, dotted about, nothing much. So that's had its first coat, it's drying nice, sucking in nicely. Another couple of days and this will be all done. So we've had a bite to eat. Yeah, let's have a look at his door. Now Lillian was sold this paint as a one coat. Oh, it's drying, it's looking a little bit better, but it's certainly not a one coat. Maybe it was more of a one jumper or jacket. So she's on with the other door. That lime wash, as I said, give it time and it starts to look something like. How's that doing?
Horrible. Definitely I need a second coat.
Yeah.
I'm actually picking it up like this and the wind is then
Blowing the dribbles.
The dribbles before I get to wipe it off across.
Yeah.
But anyway.
That's
I'm
it.
gonna have to have a second coat. It's horrible. Not impressed.
No.
Don't judge me on this painting, anybody, because it's dreadful. But
The door needs replacing anyway, eventually.
exactly.
I might have to shout though, because it's getting a bit more windier again.
And these dribbles are not mine. They were underneath.
All right.
I've just painted over them
Okay.
because I don't care anymore.
No way. I thought that was Dover dribble.
No.
You might be able to hear the wind. You might actually be able to hear my voice over the wind. Just a bit of Loki fluff has just caught it. So yeah, not the best for doing painting, blowing bits about. So I've been back in the caves and double checked, and we need a little bit of a repair doing to. Well, hang on, I'll come in this. Yeah, I'll do it this way. So, one of the log burners that we've got in there, the bottom vent doesn't work particularly well, and it's always been a bit of a pain. The little adjuster handle knob thing that you adjust it with for the air vent on this particular one is always stuck, and it was a right nightmare. So what I actually did was I ground it off because it had been welded on. Yeah, I'll explain that. So the air slider on the inside of the door was actually fitted to the door, and then this metal pin put through that you adjusted it with, and then that was welded to the air vent. Always a good idea to do silly things like that, but the fire in cave 1 always worked perfect. Fire in cave 2 never did. So I did try and explain the thing with a fire, and Lillian says no, that just sounded like absolute nonsense. So she suggested I take you in and show you what I mean. So what I mean is, this fire here, this adjuster here, it runs nice and smooth, not a problem. Look, all packed, everything packed away, pack away, pack away. With it being so windy, you can hear every so often the wind gush blowing around. But this one is the one that I have to mess about like this to do it, to make it work. If I back it off a little bit, it runs easier. And what it is inside there, you'll probably not be able to see very well, there's a bolt going through and spider web. So sometimes it works perfect and others it doesn't. So what we'll do is I'll take this door off and I'll take it with me for a little trip to Andy, and we'll get this bolt welded to the back plate, and then we can put that back, and then it should be fine. Now if I take the door with me, I can do that, and if it's not fine, then we'll between us, we'll come up with another solution. And it's going to be a busy day tomorrow as well for us. Not so much for doing things, even though things have got to be done, because we are having a visit in the morning from a local hotelier who has helped us a little bit in getting ready and getting sorted. And because on Tuesday we have our first guests, today being Thursday, he's going to do a walk around, because generously he has offered to walk around with me for our first guests, because Lillian is not going to be here, which is a real shame. She has worked so hard and put everything into this, me as well, but more so Lillian, for this moment, and she's not going to be here to see it because she's going to be in Scotland with her dad. And because I can't speak Spanish well enough, we have got help.
Yes, and he has just become. We started off as sort of colleagues helping each other out, me helping him with English and him helping me with Spanish and such like. Become really good friends. I can't thank him enough for coming and doing this for us. And he offered, I didn't even have to ask.
No, he's got 20 guests appearing on the same day.
Yes.
And he's going to still show our 5 guests around here, and he's coming to do this for us, which, Geordie, we cannot thank you enough. You're
I know.
a superstar.
He is, absolutely he is, yes. Yeah.
So he's coming around in the morning to do a walk around, so we can explain things to him, so it's all in his mind, so it looks more professional as well. And then after that, I'll be going to get the
And then you're taking
door fixed for the
fire
fire.
door to Andy and Sharon's
Yeah.
to have that welded.
Yes.
Oh,
You're going to have a lovely, after about 11 o'clock time tomorrow, all on your own.
yeah, well, I better start looking out. Apparently it's very cold in Scotland. I better find some jumpers and a suitcase and some clothes, and we've lived in shorts and t-shirts.
Yeah.
Last winter wasn't particularly cold here. We haven't really had proper winter clothes out.
No, you have to get your Nora Batty stockings out.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Have you finished shouting at the world, Dover? Good boy. Thanks for watching Tales from the Caveside. If you like what we do, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Drop us a like and leave us a comment. See you on the next one.